everybody. Welcome to Olamide and I podcast. My name is Olamide, your beautiful host. With me today, I have one and only MC in Chicago. MC that y'all know, but you gonna see it is right here with me. MC Fantasy. Welcome with me, everybody. MC Fantasy of Chi Town.
Thank you very much for having me. I feel happy to be here today.
How you doing, my brother? How's everything?
Except the warm weather here in Chicago currently, I'm doing awesome.
Tell me about it. It's hot. It's like the northern part of Nigeria right now.
Yeah, it reminds me of Nigeria.
How are you? How's everything? How are you doing? How you feeling?
I am feeling wonderfully well. Praise to God.
So a lot of people out there knows you as MC Fantasy. I mean, I know your name, but can you do us the honors, like introducing yourself properly, your name, your
Social security number.
Your identification number name.
Okay, my name is Samson Adetayo, the son of Adeleke.
Oh, is it the popular Adeleke?
I'm not going to answer.
But
but I go popularly by MC Fantasy. I am a male. I am originally from Nigeria. I jackpot.
Jackpot. Yes, that's the word.
About 11 years ago to come study for my master's degree here. And then when I finished my degree, I realized that it's greener on this side. So I decided to stay here, we die here.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. So you came here like 11 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow. So growing up, where are you originally from in Nigeria?
I was born and raised in Lagos State. I did all my school from primary to even university. I had my first degree, my bachelor's from Lagos State University. I studied medical biochemistry.
Oh.
And then I came here to study for master's in pharmaceutical chemistry.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Thank you.
So you went to LASSO.
Yeah, why do you have to say it like that?
You
I
went
pushed
to
it. I already said
Great
Lagos
last
State.
flight.
Yes, I am proud of it. Yes, I'm one of them.
That's beautiful. I mean, I like your school. It's one of the if you're counting like a popular schools in Nigeria, LASSO is. And I love the fact that you guys don't go on strike. That federal strike doesn't affect LASSO.
Wow.
Right.
Unbelievable.
That I know a lot about.
Okay, I'm not going to comment on that.
So what's the like the distinction between MC Fantasy and your name, your real name?
Yeah. I feel like Samson Adetayo Adeleke is a well reserved, kind of like a homebody that likes to be on his PlayStation 5 when he's not doing anything.
Right.
Then MC Fantasy is a very friendly, jovial guy that all he wants to do is just bring laughter and smiles on people's face wherever he goes. So that's the distinction between them.
Wow. The first time I met you and when I heard that you're MC, like, what? You look so calm, collected, very gentle. Like, how does he talk on stage?
I don't know.
You never like struck to me like an MC, like, oh, he looks like a medical doctor, like a surgeon. You know what I'm saying?
I get that feedback, especially people around my job too, And then when people find out that I have a professional career, they'll be like, what? So
oh, you do?
Yeah. Then
aside being an MC.
Yeah, I work in a pharmaceutical company as a quality.
You see? You see?
I work as a quality control manager at the pharmaceutical company.
You're a big boy.
Well, God is a bigger man.
I never knew, like, I thought this is like your full-time gig, and
no.
It never occurred to me that social media sometimes what we see is different from the real person.
Exactly.
And so when did you feel like you had passion for being an MC? Yeah. Is it just looking at past mentors, or what inspired you?
So pretty much growing up in Nigeria, first of all, I'm a pastor's kid.
Are you?
Yeah. I don't want to say unfortunately.
Are you for real?
Yeah, because it's growing up as a pastor kid is totally different because you are labeled. You're supposed to be an example.
Exactly.
So it's like everybody's looking up to you. You gotta be in the best behavior. You gotta.
What church?
Well, my dad was a CNS member.
Oh.
I really don't go to.
Did you know that I'm a pastor kid too?
See, there you
CFC
go.
church though.
No wonder. So you know all the hymns, right?
A
I
lot
know
of
them,
la,
but
la, la.
I can sing everything without.
For real?
Anyway, so because of that, that built my confidence when it comes to facing the crowd. Whether you like it or not, you have to be in one department. If you are not in the choir, you'll be in the usher or drummer.
Drama and all that.
So apparently, I was also part of the youth. Sometimes I was sermonizing the church. So that gave me a lot of confidence. And then one time like that I was, I had this, my sister of blessed memory, Mrs. Olufumilaya Adegbite. She had this co-worker that was trying to celebrate her father's burial.
Okay.
And then, because I was close to the guy, they are business partners.
Okay.
And I was just joking, I was like, I can help you do an MC. I was like, really? Because normally I just do MC when we have like the kids' party, just organize games and all that. I was like, really? I'm like, yeah. And then he asked me, it was in VI, I remember, and I went there, and afterwards, he gave me a check of 30,000 naira. That's
For
like
real?
2007. I was like,
That was
what?
money then.
Just to work and talk for 5 hours? I'm like, no, I got to take this serious. So I was a little bit more serious into it. But then when I moved to the States, I couldn't really get serious. Even though sometimes there's a lot of Nigerian community in my school. That's Western Illinois University, Macomb. So we still have like parlor parties that are, they know I have the skill. That I'll go there, they'll say, yeah, talk. And I'm like, you invite me to come and eat your love. Which one is talk?
You gotta talk again.
Talk now, So, and then when I now graduated, I had this like friend I made, like a big brother. He was doing a naming ceremony, so I volunteered to do the MC. And then everybody started yelling on me that they like, oh, you're so good. Can we have your business card? That's my first gig in Chicago. That was like maybe 2016. And I was like,
wow. Is God telling me something?
And I don't have a card. I couldn't tell them I don't have a card. I just said, oh, no, I'm sorry. I left it at home. So I gave them my number. And then I remember the DJ then, DJ Chin, I told him, I was like, I'm interested in this MC thing. Can you be referring me? And he told me point blank, he said, bro, I'm not going to, if I tell you I'm going to give you a gig, I'm lying. Because I have a brother that does an MC. But you know what? I found something in you. You got this and you're going to be very great. Don't stop. And that changed my perspective. Quickly, I got home that day. I went to Vista Print. I went to go and print business card sharply. I changed my Instagram page to MC Fantasy. And before it, God just answered my prayer and smiled on me.
Oh, that's so beautiful. So what was your biggest show you ever had? Was it in the States or you traveled out? If you could still remember.
I'm going to say it in 3 ways.
Okay.
In terms of audience, I would say I performed at Alibaba's comedy show January 1st in Nigeria. That's always like close to maybe 1,000. In terms of in the States, I've hosted, I think the biggest would be the wedding that I hosted that does not involve Nigerian at all in Houston. And I was like, wow.
There was a time I saw you in Houston, like, oh, this is my brother. You was the MC then.
Oh, wow. Yeah, and I'm like, wow. So my talent is so good that people that are non-Nigerian can appreciate it. And in terms of exposure outside, I would say when I went for a gig in Costa Rica for a doctor who is based in Maryland, I don't even know any of them,
Oh, wow.
And then I saw the kind of room they gave me at the resort. Like they put me in the first class flight. And I was like,
this
God,
is a big deal.
have I made it in life this
Somebody
way?
should pinch me.
So those are my 3 significant time I could say I know God has given me a talent.
So when you started this MC career, was there any time that was like a trying time, struggling times? Like, God, when is this? When am I when is the breakthrough coming now?
I think it's very normal, anything you're doing. But the one that come on top of my head right now is just when I lost my job, I was working in a pharmaceutical company there in
Right.
Rockford. Then I lost my job, and within 2 weeks, I got another job offer in Iowa. And I was contemplating, do I want to sit home and take unemployment, or I want to make sure I don't have space on my career, on my resume? Because I know I'm heading towards the director position.
Right.
I know my plans. So I took the job, and then it involves me driving back and forth, because most of my gigs then were more of Chicago gigs.
Right.
I remember one day I came for a wedding and I drove 11 hours in a day just to come and host the wedding and get back, because
Oh
I
my
got to go
gosh.
to work the next
The next
morning.
day.
So that would be like the most challenge. I think I was there for like 11 months, but
What?
it was rough.
So you did a lot of back and forth, back and forth.
I had this red Camry. Anybody who knew me like 6-7 years ago know that me and that car, I drove the I don't want to use the car. At some point, my friends were saying, guy, even if his car knows, go and change his car now. I said, but he's serving me now. AC is working, heater is working. Why do I need to change
waste
it?
money.
I know, I'm very economical guy. So, yeah.
So I know you travel out of the US a lot. You travel out of the country, not just you perform not just locally. You travel all over. Which would you rather prefer on your hands? Is it international?
My
gig
sister,
or
is
out there
international.
in the
Is
States?
don't even go for
Are you
international.
saying they pay you more than the United States?
Let me put it this way. So I have this gig, for example. They reach out to me. I think they are based in Minnesota, to Jamaica, and they needed me for 3 days on the trip.
Okay.
And I charged them triple of my rate. Even though they, Nigeria, they still try to negotiate down all that.
Right.
But one thing I love about international gigs, personally, I love to travel. So I'm a kind of person that I think this blue passport. Like, why are you wasting this
I
passport?
know.
So in my mind, it's a win-win for me. When I'm going outside outside the country, and then I have global entry. I just when I'm come back in the country, I just take a picture. Nobody asks me questions to come back to the States. So I'm like, I love this kind of lifestyle. People pay me to go and enjoy myself,
bougie.
and then I still make money out of it.
A win is a win.
Yeah, but I mean, I still love gigs in the States too as well, especially out of state. And the beauty of it is when I go to those out of state or out of country and I see people telling me, oh, I've seen you before, it gladdens my heart. That means I've made an impact for them to remember.
Absolutely. That's true. So, I mean, I think people out here in the States should do better. We should do better.
And they are trying.
Don't worry, my wedding is coming.
Okay, we are ready.
That big gig is coming for
It's
you.
ready. Hopefully you pay me times 10 of what I used
You pay because you're my sister. Don't worry, I'll do it for you.
Don't worry. God will teach us how to proceed when we get to that.
The spirit of discernment will come back.
Amen.
So I don't know. It's how to go about this question. I've always wanted to ask you, and I'm so happy you are on my platform for me to ask you in person, and I'm so honored to have you here on the seat with me. There was a time that you had some health challenges.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it was. Thank God for good health. Thank God for reviving and all of that. So, can you kind of elaborate what really happened then?
Yeah.
Did your heart stop?
I died. I died and I rose back the third day.
Was it on the third day?
Well, kind of like, but let me give you the gist. The way I said it is making me feel as if I'm trying to say I'm Jesus. I'm not Jesus Christ. But what happened was that I believe the actual first day was October 12th, was the very first day I felt pain, like a sharp pain on my chest and my left-hand side.
Okay.
And thank God to biology. I know that's where my heart is.
Yes.
So I was like, this pain is unusual. It's not common. So I just managed to sleep through the night, like I'll be fine. Then I woke up and I found out that I still had the pain. I was like, wow. So in my mind, I was like, let me freshen up, because it was a work day, and go to work. Maybe it's muscle, by the time I move around. And then after I left the restroom, I found out that it was even more. I was like, wow, this is not funny anymore longer. That I had to hold my chest. Like, it was as if my chest is about to pop out. So I had to hold it like because of the pains.
Oh my gosh.
So at the end of the day, I managed to get myself to the ER. And when I got to the ER, that was when I had the cardiac arrest right in the hospital.
Oh my
So
goodness.
that's one of the things that saved my life, to encourage people when you find pains that is very unusual in your body, please go to the doctor.
Oh my goodness. You drove yourself to the ER.
No, I had someone who dropped me off at the airport. So when I got to the airport, I'll say airport, to the
hospital.
So when I got to the hospital, because I love to travel a lot, you know. So when I got to the hospital and right there, you know, I couldn't stand, so I requested they put me on a wheelchair, and that was when everything just happened. And then I woke up the third day. So
You woke up the third day?
yes. So what I heard happen was that I lost consciousness, and then they defibrillated me. That's 36 times.
Oh my goodness.
That's a lot. All my
my
ribs,
goodness.
everything was shattered, was pieces. They had to put like a sheet plate afterwards. It felt heavy for a couple of, I think it melted away. I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
So, you know, they are very good here in this country when it comes to medicine. So then they opened my heart because they put like a camera in my mouth. I was unconscious all this time. So at least after they defibrillated me and I came back, after the 36 times, so what happened with the 36 times was like they were shocking me. So I will come back to life, then I'll go back again. I remember one joke, and it's in my book, that the doctor was asking me, dude, why are you dying on me? And I said, I'm sorry. I'm like, who will say I'm sorry when you are, you know, it's not funny, you know. So what happened is, after defibrillating, they noticed that the electricity in the thing is shocking me back, but it's not sustaining me.
Oh my
so they now switched to CPR. So I think it's the CPR that now kind of like bring me back to stability.
Oh my goodness.
So when they put the camera in, they want to find out what happened. They thought I had an aortic dissection, so they opened me up.
Oh my goodness.
They got in there, they assessed it, they saw that it wasn't aortic, then they closed me up back for nothing. And then later, after a while, they now put me in hypothermic condition. That means they lower the temperature in my body just to preserve my organ. So that, because during those electrical shock, you don't know the kind of damage that will have happened to some of my organs.
Right.
So they now, after the third day, they woke me up. And then I remember the doctor asking me, what's today's date? You know, I don't know, growing up, you know, there was this VCR camera that you rewind. I said, so that's how it played in my head. When I woke up, like, my brain now,
like you went to the
rewind, like, what was the last thing I remember I did? Then I remember I did the wedding the day before. Because it was a Monday.
You could remember that?
Yeah, I did. So I was like, okay. And then I told the wrong date, obviously, because I thought it was the next. I just assumed it's going to be the next day. And I said, no, this is the third day. I was like, wow. So, and I went through a couple of cardiac rehab. It was very interesting. My bills was like close to $600,000.
Oh my gosh.
But all glory to God, they are all paid. Jesus paid for it all.
Jesus, thank you.
And
thank
I'm
you,
healed
Lord.
and healthy. So I just changed my diet, you know, eat less fatty food, because they found out that I have some high level of cholesterol, which is common among Africans because of our genes. So palm oil is not really that good to stop.
And they say palm oil is better than groundnut oil. It's healthier, you know.
Actually, olive oil is better, or avocado
oil.
Yeah, those are better options. Not saying you can't eat it at all, but my recommendation is just check your body. So we are different. Some people their genes allow them to eat some bad stuff, while some is a no-no.
It's
just
a
like
no-no
sugar.
for them. Some people high sugar, some low sugar. So was it that something happened prior to that time that that you had felt before that day, or it was just all of a sudden?
No, not really, because I was very active. I had some group of guys in Shambo Community Church that we play soccer every Saturday morning. So I'm very active. Actually went to the annual doctor's check the Monday of that week, and they took my blood and everything. It was Friday after I woke up the third day, because it happened on a Wednesday, that the doctor now called to tell me that he wants to play me on cholesterol medicine, not knowing that I had already suffered cardiac, because it was a different hospital. So yeah,
So when you told him the
no
story,
sign.
he was
Yeah, no
shook.
sign.
Like, what?
Yeah, even myself, I was shocked. I shocked myself.
Oh my
But all
goodness.
thanks to God, I believe. Since then, I believe God has a purpose for my life. So I've been very intentional how I live my
How you
life
live your
afterwards.
life.
Do more things like my art foundation to help the community
Right.
and make sure I'm putting a lot more effort.
Back.
That's what made me started my show too. Like, let me create an avenue that people will come and laugh and distress so that they won't have
Whatever it
cardiac
is
arrest.
going on. I
You
know.
get it?
Laugh away your sorrow. So I know you're a person of faith, you know God. I see you in church and all of that. So are you gonna say what happened then was God? Was he
Doctors,
doctors? Was he technology or everything altogether?
I'll call it faith.
Faith.
Um, and I believe there's nothing that will happen to human being that God is not aware.
Know about
He knows He has a plan for everybody on
right.
earth. I can't take away the specialty and the skills of the medical doctors that did a wonderful job, because if I was in Nigeria, I'm not sure I'm going to survive that kind of experience. However, there's also the sovereign power of God that
Right.
come to, because the doctor could make mistake.
Yes, of course.
They said the chances of recovering back to normal if somebody go through such thing is like 1 in 10,000.
Are you for real?
So it was just special grace. So at the end of the day, I felt like God has a purpose for my life, and there's still something that I'm supposed to do on earth that I'm yet to
accomplish.
That's
right.
why He preserved my life. And I feel like maybe it's already in my book, because maybe my background, I didn't pay a lot of attention, all these visionaries. I know there's one man that always tell me, the anytime he say me, pray for sickness, as if they knew there will be some time I'm going to sick. Like, I mean,
Thank God for life.
I'm grateful to God.
Thank God for life. So back to being an MC. How many shows have you coordinated after that time? Could you still remember after this, God, thank you. And
let me
I've
use
done
it.
this number of
Let me use this RAS term. They say it's a lot. I give all glory to God because it's not my power. I feel like there are a lot of talented MCs and comedians in the United States. Shout out to SD, shout out to Attraction, Extreme Comedian. A lot of great guys, but I feel like just gave me a special grace. And that's why I host aggregately 50 to 70 gigs in a year.
50 to 70 gigs in a year?
Yeah, I have. Once it's summer, especially sometimes it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Sometimes I wonder how I cope.
Wow. So sometimes you even go during the week.
Oh yeah.
You even have shows during the week.
Oh yeah. Especially international gig. Like in next month, in July, I have a gig in Mexico. I'll be going from Wednesday till Sunday.
Wow. Well, show us the way now, my brother.
And you have to use the Google map.
I know. So I understand that this the experience and everything you had in the past, it really made you have foresight into helping each other, into helping people.
Yeah.
You mentioned the other time that you have your foundation and all of that, and it's a beautiful one. So how is the foundation like, and do people donate into people out there that has the same challenge that you had then, or how do we come in, donate and
So since after that, in life everybody have a bucket list. There are a couple of things that I've wanted to achieve even prior before the incident, but looking at what happened, that experience in 2021, it just changed my perspective. Like, hey bro, you can't wait any longer. Anything you want to achieve, go for it now, because once you're gone, you're gone. So I reached out to a cardiologist, big brother, and one project IT expert as my board of directors. So we created it. We make sure it's fully legalized with the IRS, federal government. Yes, 501c. So if you donate to us, we'll give you a giving letter that you can use to file taxes.
Oh, for real?
Yep. Yeah. Aww. So I always use my events, like my show, like Fantasy Island coming up, on July 6th this year, as a platform for people to also donate. Meanwhile, we have our website. The email to donate is on it. We have an Instagram page. Okay, the website is asaartfoundation.org, and the IG is arts ASA Art Foundation on IG. So the information to donate is there. So what we do is we go more into the preventive type. Since I'm not a medical doctor,
Right.
even though I wanted to be a physiotherapist, but I couldn't. Jammed me several times. So the intention was to be proactive. So we go around educating people. In January, we were in Nigeria. We did 5 days medical outreach, 5 different locations.
That's so beautiful.
Yeah, we're going to be showing excerpts from the outreach at our show on Fantasy Island. We fed people, gave them medication, tested them. We also did in United States. We did on Memorial Day here in Chicago. We did a medical outreach. We did medical checkup for people as well. So the goal is, a lot of people get carried away with work. They don't even check about their health. But if we are bringing it to an event where people are gathered and they can check it, and there are medical doctors who volunteer to help us, and they can catch it there, or refer them to go see a doctor immediately. Maybe we are saving one life every time we do that. I never can know. Maybe that's God. Why still want me to be alive? And then I wrote a book too that I wrote a lot about educating people of what really happened to my health challenge, so that they can understand that you can feel like you're healthy. You look at me, very smart, and you can still be having things in your body that can work against you, you know. So my book is on Amazon too. It's titled My Anecdotes. It's a memo. The memo about me. So if you want a copy, if you come to Fantasy Island, I'm sure you can get a copy as well.
Yes.
You look as if I'm doing advertisement.
Yes. No, it's okay. We're coming to Fantasy Island. We are coming to So why Fantasy Island? Why? I didn't ask you when I asked about your name. Why fantasy?
Okay.
Why that name? Ooh, fantasy.
So when so after that event that I said, I helped a brother naming ceremony, first event in Chicago. That was when I actually gave myself the name. So in Nigeria, I just introduced myself as Samson Adetayo Adeleke. That's all. So I now went, I was like, I need to find a name. Then I was thinking, what name would be appropriate? Then I remember I reached out to Bishop, my big cousin. It's like my mentor, my father. And he told me, he said, because my nickname, I don't know if you know Orukoriki. Is it? I don't know what they call it in English. Or Zalabi.
Alabi.
And then, and because I'm dark, he was like, why don't you call yourself Alabi Yellow? I was like, ew, like that's so local.
That's
then
so ewish.
I'm
so sorry. There's somebody called Alabi Yellow, right?
Yeah. He used to be an actor, I believe. Okay. I guess.
But you're dark. Why Alabi Yellow or Alabi Black?
I guess it's coming from like someone like Kenny Black,
Gotcha.
So I was like, no, I don't want to limit myself. And then one day on the bed, I was just rolling there. I was just thinking. I was like, what name would be catchy that when people hear, they want to hear more about what's about that thing, Like fantasy, be like, what's fantasy?
Something that
I know. But in my mind, what the interpretation, because people ask me like, what's the meaning of MC fantasy? How does it relate to what you're doing? Right. So I tell people that when you're under the influence of my performance is going to put you in a fantasy land that you start imagining, and that in few days, weeks after, when you remember my show and my performance or my jokes, you'll be like, and then you could laugh again, and you just put you in that lane that you just fantasize and imagine, that is the reason.
Okay.
Motive behind the name.
Oh, so back to Fantasy Island. You have a show coming in few days.
Yes.
Fantasy Island. So what do we expect? What's the expectations? Like
Fantasy
how
Island.
many guests are coming? Where is my free ticket?
Okay. So let me say this. It's also tied to my experience, the cardiac arrest. Remember I said I have a bucket list. So it's one of my bucket lists. I want to write a book, which I did after my cardiac. I want to do something humanitarian. I created my art foundation. And then I want to do a show where people can come and have a great time.
Right.
And I don't want to limit it to just comedy. So it's like music, comedy, and beauty and class. People just come and show off
Show off and show.
So last year we did tropical theme. This year we are
and
doing
what's the theme this year?
the Great Gatsby. So
Great Gatsby.
and there are prizes for people who are rocking a very special outfit on that day. So make sure you come correct. So we are bringing the likes of Lao Benjo. He's the king of Alugjo gospel music in Nigeria. Because everything in my life, I wanted to praise God. So that's why I'm specific about the artists I'm bringing. I want something that will honor God and glorify God. And then Kenny Black, arguably one of the, let me say, the best music comedian in the world that I know, that I respect him a lot, is very good. Ashiri Comedy, great friend, extreme comedian, Sheyi Brown. And then a twist this year, we are bringing an African-American comedian because we want to bring our African-American friends into it. We are bringing, is a legend here in the city. It's called Be Cool Comedian.
Be Cool. Oh, that's beautiful.
And myself will be there. And there's a lot of other extras.
And I'll be there.
Oh, yeah. And please, come early. We have maximum 40. If those who attend last year can attest to this, there is no dulling moment. I have a master's degree. I have experience when it comes to hosting event and entertainment. And I have traveled I've been to over 15 countries. So I'm putting a whole lot of me into the show and you get to experience it. So you don't want to miss it. Just make sure you come early.
What date is it again?
Sunday, July 6th, 2025. And we made sure it's 4 p.m. so that you can still go to your church and worship your God. Just go home, freshen up, change into your beautiful, Great Gatsby team and just come and have the best time of your life.
Beautiful. Did you guys hear that? Fantasy Island is coming in a few days, less than a week from now, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yes, it's coming. And please get your ticket. How do we get tickets? And everybody that are yet to get their ticket, go to MC Fantasy on IG. The link is on your bio, right?
Yes. My handle is MC Fantasy on the mic. If you have struggles or you don't want to DM me because your husband will not let, I'm just joking. You can search on Eventbrite. Just put Fantasy Island, North Lake, Illinois, because that's the location.
North Lake.
And it's going to bring all the events around that area for you. It's going to be a great time.
Okay. Thank you so much, MC Fantasy. And there's this question I wanted to ask you, but you already answered it. Like, if you were not an MC, what would you be doing? Physiotherapist. Oh.
Because I love
sport.
Never
too late, though.
Well, they say what God cannot do is
does not exist.
But at this point, I feel like where my professional career is going, once I become a director, I want to retire and then maybe consult for pharmaceutical company and then travel the world and enjoy my life.
And I know. I can't
be wasting a blue passport.
I know. And when as soon as you get that passport, they tell you that the world is yours.
Yeah, it's yours.
When I saw that, I was like, ooh, when I saw my daughter's passport, like, the word is America,
go and conquer.
America.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It feels so highly of that. Like, bruh.
Yeah.
Go and conquer the world.
Yep.
It's so good to have you on the seat with me.
Thank you so much
my
for
brother.
having me. I forgot to give you a compliment. Yeah, you look very gorgeous.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And you still didn't answer my question. Where's my Fantasy Island ticket?
Since you have put me in the public, you want me to expose myself. Okay, I got you. I'll give you one of the VIP platinum
VIP, you know what I'm saying?
I got you.
When you're big, you're big.
Olamide. No.
Thank you so much for honoring my invitation. It was a short one, and you honored, and I'm so happy. I'm privileged. Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you again on my seat for another beautiful episode, to come back and bless us with your presence.
By God's grace.
Thank you guys for tuning in to Olamide and I podcast today. Tell a friend to subscribe. Do not unsubscribe, and see y'all next episode. Bye.
Stay locked in.
Stay locked in.